I'm Beck, and well, first, I was introduced to this by a wonderful person that I completely trust her. She would not be telling people to use something if she didn't 100% believe in it, and that's Esther Zach. And so I'm very grateful for her. Originally, when I started using the X39, I was thinking more along the lines of so many other people were getting. My husband did have COVID, and he had a very touch and go. It was a really scary thing, and people just seemed typically to be just sick. And so I wanted to use it for that. I kind of just thought, okay, I'm going to do this. But a couple of things have happened for me. I do have some chronic pain. When I was 14, I broke my tailbone, and I knew that I had a lot of pain and a lot of bruising, but we didn't go to the hospital for that. And it's actually broken off. So it causes me a lot of kind of chronic pain. And I was in a car accident. So there's some pain with that. 2018, I tore the meniscus in my knee and elected not to have the surgery because it seemed to kind of repair itself. But I used the X39, and I did notice that I was never getting sick, and other people around me. Now I own a home care company, and I need to stay healthy if I'm going in and out of elderly clients' homes, or talking to caregivers who do go in the homes. I need to stay really healthy. So I noticed that I was staying healthy when a majority of people around me, even in our office environment, our family, were not. That's one thing I noticed right away. Then I have to tell you this, so in last year, when my husband had COVID, he had 106-degree temperature. It was really bad. He was convulsing. It was bad. And I stayed with him 100%, and I was scared. He recovered from COVID. I've never been diagnosed with COVID, but during that time, at the end of that time, I had a lot of pain in my eye. And so when he was recovering and going back to work, I noticed my vision seemed a little off. So I just went to the eye doctor to get new glasses or new prescription. And he referred me immediately to a specialist. And he said that I had a blood clot, and which would be a stroke in your eye. And it was active, and I had to go to a specialist. So that puts everybody in a concern for a heart thing, and blood clotting, all of this other stuff. So they told me that a stroke, so just a few months, and I was using the X39, just a few months into it, they said, oh, look, the blood clot is there in your eye, but it's already starting to repair itself, in that the blood is going around that. It's not trying to push itself through that clotted area, which could, once you damage your eyes, you don't get to fix them. So that type of thing, you couldn't do surgery. This is going to affect your eyes long term. But what is the amazing story, because I'm very consistent with the X39, the amazing story to me is in May, I'm diagnosed with which is a stroke in your eye. Okay. And so they're telling me this is a long recovery, but not anything you can really do anything about. And we just need to check it, in case this is going to cause a burst or something like that. You're going to lose your vision. So in October of that same year, this is only 5 months later, I went back to the first person who had sent me to the specialist, and he said, wow, this is not that this could never happen, but this never happens. This is 90% healed.
Wow.
Your eye is 90% healed, which was really good because I could submit that to my insurance company so they don't try to cancel my insurance. But here's the thing. Now it has been a year and I just went for my annual and he's talking about, oh, this is good and your prescription doesn't even need to be changed. And I said, well, what about the stroke and the blood clot? And he's like, I don't see one. There's none. Different doctor, he wouldn't even know. Like he had to go back. He goes, yeah, that's right. And he's like, no, there's nothing there. Like it never happened. So that's one of my testimonies. But I also do want to say, for some reason, my torn meniscus, which seemed to heal itself, all started to act it up. And I was in so much pain and I couldn't sleep. And it's like I had to straighten my leg, bend my leg. And it was so much pain. I got really worried because I was traveling and I was going to have to be on an airplane. And it was in so much pain that I remember thinking, somebody who wants to cut their leg off, because I know somebody who was in so much pain had to have their leg cut off. Like, this is so much pain. Like, I could understand them doing that. I put the ice each side of my torn meniscus, thinking, okay, this is all that I can do. By the time I drove that hour and a half to the airport, I had zero pain. From a pain of, man, I could understand how people would cut their leg off, to zero pain. I had no discomfort on that flight. I was really concerned, how am I going to straighten my leg and bend my leg and all this stuff because it hurts so much. And I was like jumping up for joy. I mean, like that I also use the energy. I'm it is unheard of to have a stroke in your eye and have zero history of it. A year later, when they're telling me like a decade, maybe we'll still see this. So that's what I really, really believe in this product. Yeah, for sure.